Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kentucky Volunteer Certification Workshop, COVID style. As you all know, 2020, we cannot be joining in large groups, and therefore, our workshop that was scheduled for a couple of the state parks needed to be changed to online delivery. So here we are trying to explain to you what the Kentucky Volunteer Certification Program is all about. So I am going to explain to you why this program was created and some of the contacts that you have to contact, who the team is, and also how to get in more information. So let me share the screen here. Go there. Okay. So I'm going to introduce the Kentucky 4-H Livestock and Horse. Oh, I should change here. There's also dog. Bad catch on my part. So I and also the dog volunteer certification. These are programs that come out, the horse and the livestock out of the Animal and Food Science Department. The dog, Ashley, is responsible for it. And just to explain to you, the 4-H program in general is run from the state office. We have a director. His name is Dr. Mark Maines. And then it is part of the Cooperative Extension Services, which is part of the USDA. So this is a program that is offered out of every state has what we call land grant university. And then each that land grant university has the cooperative extension services, and that includes the 4-H program. So I oversee the horse program, and I'm going to introduce to you a few of the other people too. And I'm also going to introduce to you what the volunteer certification program is all about. I must warn you, this is a semi kind of dry presentation. It is kind of boring, but you are going to have to go through it because there is very important information that is going to be shared here. So what is the volunteer certification? So it is a statewide volunteer education program for livestock, horse, and dog for the volunteer leaders. So we certify these leaders so they can go and have their club. So the agents, generally how it happens, the agent is going to recruit volunteer leaders for their county, and then leaders will have the respective club that they're going to be certified for. You become a certified leader by attending one of these workshops. In this case, it's an online workshop, and you remain a volunteer leader by completing every year 2 hours of continuing education. Okay, so the 4-H year starts on September 1st, and your 2-hour educational continuing education needs to be between September 1st and August 31st. Be creative. You can use, if you invite an outside speaker to talk to your club, you can also use that to be part of. Obviously, you have to know how many minutes that person is going to speak, and you need to attend their presentation, and that can be also part of your continuing education. The goals of the certification program is to provide the 4-H leaders with curriculum and materials and educational resources and ideas also. When we have the in-person workshops, we also have a lot of networking, so different leaders can, exchange contact information so they can help each other. The reason why the certification program was started many, many years ago is to provide consistency among the counties. So we used to have, counties that were super advanced and counties that were just blah. And by providing all this material and this certification, it sets like a minimum base level of what we expect each club to have and to learn, and also to provide a well-rounded educational experience for 4-H members. So why certification needed? It's to ensure that the 4-H members have a broad educational experience. It used to be in the past that riding instructors, I'm talking about the horse program, the riding instructors would have a club leader, and they can still have a club, be a club leader, okay? But then they would just like charge money for their lessons, which obviously riding instructors need to charge money for their lessons. But then kids could only be part of their club if they were part of their riding program. And this is not exactly what we are all about. We need, if you can have a club out of your riding stables, but you need to be also able to accept kids that don't take lessons with you. And that is one of the things, like when I mean a broad educational experience, riding a horse every week, although you learn a lot and it's wonderful recreational and exercise activity, you don't learn about like nutrition and diseases, etc., just by riding. So that's why we created this program. And also for the livestock, same difference, okay? Provide the resources necessary for volunteers to utilize and to present in-depth educational experiences, and to provide volunteer leaders with a background in youth development. Mary Averbeck, I think, is the one that's going to be talking about that, or maybe it's Ashley Osborne. Methods to use when teaching youth, 4-H club management, and how to use the resources and curriculum. What projects are included? So for livestock, it is all the livestock. So different clubs may focus on more on one or another, but generally, if you are a livestock club leader, you theoretically can offer, like beef cattle, dairy, goats, sheep, swine, and country ham. For horse, it's not just, you don't have like clubs, county clubs that are like just walking horse or Western pleasure or this or that, just breed oriented. It is an all inclusive for all breeds, and also people that don't have horses can also participate and then participate in the knowledge contest. You can lease a horse, you can borrow a horse, etc. And for dog, for all programs involving the dog programs. What activities are included? Livestock judging, there is multiple livestock shows, dairy judging, dairy shows, meats judging, there's a skillathon, an annual skillathon, there's dairy jeopardy, and all other livestock, dairy and meats, events and activities like country ham. It's a huge state contest at the state fair. For horse, we have the knowledge contest, we have drill teams. For drill teams, it's not every county that offers that. So if you are wanting to be part of a drill team, you can do a cross-county line with the county that offers drill teams. So we have about 13 to 14 drill teams, and they have kids from multiple counties. So ask your agent where your nearest drill team is so you can participate there. Also, we have horse judging, we have hippology that I already explained in the other video, horse bow, horse shows, etc. All other horse events and activities. For dogs, I know you have dog club meetings, you have a state show during the state fair. What is the role of a certified leader? To serve as the 4-H club leader, and you are going to coordinate with the 4-H agent. Okay, each county has 1 or 2 agents, and you're going to schedule and coordinate 4-H club meetings, educational events, and activities. Ensure that sufficient educational opportunities are offered to each state, to each 4-H member, so they can receive their minimum of 6 hours of education every year. So we have a rule, it's national rules, that each 4-H'er to be a 4-H member, they need to receive at least, to be in good standing, they need to receive at least 6 hours of education per year. So as a club leader, it is your role to offer more than 6 hours, because if one of these 4-H'ers is sick or couldn't go to an hour or 2, they are not going to be able to participate in their respective activities, for example, horse or livestock or or dog if they haven't had their 6 hours of education. Okay, so generally this educational hour starts in September 1st, and then they have to have them completed by the day of the, like in our case in the horse program is May 1st. Okay, so you have to have those hours by then. It's also your role to document the educational hours each 4-H youth. So you need to have like a roster, like a roll call, to be able to see, this youth was here this day, and this day. This was what we talked about this day, this day, etc. So together with the agent, you are going to keep a log of the hours of the youth and which meetings they attended. What is the role of the county agent? They're going to provide overall management and oversight and leadership at the local level. The 4-H leaders need to work closely with the county agent so they can provide together a good and educational program for these kids. The county agent has the final decision over the matters related to the livestock and horse program and dog program, in the sense that, if you're going to say, oh, I was thinking about taking these kids to blah, blah, insert here where you want to take them. If the county agent says, no, that's not a good idea because of this and this and that, so then you can't take those kids there, okay? Because there's insurance that goes with everything. So the county agent needs to approve these things. The county agents are also going to work with the leaders to plan and outline an educational sessions that will be offered throughout the year. So generally, county agents meet with their leaders in the beginning of the 4-H year and outline each one of their club meetings throughout the year. The agent should also assist the volunteer leaders to receive their minimum of their 2 hours of continuing education per year. A lot of the times we accept, if you go places such as, the Kentucky Equine Network Association provided by the Horse Council, if you go to one of those meetings that we have, those can serve as continuing education. If you go to, there's multiple educational workshops around the state. If you are part of attend a webinar, if you can prove that you have attended. So generally, or if you have watched videos, you can do this, your continuing education by watching videos. You have to annotate the length and then write a little summary and give to your agent so we can know that you have actually watched the video. This is to prevent people from staying stagnant in their one area. And it's also the role of the county agent to keep the volunteer leader informed of county and state policies related to the programs. The deadline for different programs is between September 1st and different dates. So for example, for the horse program is April 30th, that they have to have received their 6 hours. Market livestock project is between September 1st and whatever the validation dates is at each year. For the market steers, generally March ends with the last validation site. Market goats and lambs, it depends. So just these programs are related to the KDH, the Kentucky Department of Agriculture. So it's whenever their validation dates are. Breeding livestock project is by between September 1st and May 31st. Livestock meets dairy teams is between September 1st and the date of the team event. The dairy project is between September 1st and June 1st, that you have to have those 6 hours in by. Specific rules, guidelines. The volunteer leader is certified in their one county, generally the county of their residence. And that doesn't mean that you can't be a speaker in a different county. That doesn't mean that you can't work together with the neighboring, another county leader, and agents can work together to provide multi-county programs. So you can do all that too, but you are certified to be a leader in one county. Volunteers are not certified for specific disciplines in horse or like breeds or species or livestock. parents of individual studies need to also be certified, because sometimes there is going to be kids that do not do well in club settings, so they become individuals. So those parents need to be certified and create a log also with the agent of what their kid has done throughout that year. The 6-hour educational requirement is a national mandate, so it's not something that it's just Kentucky rule. So it's a national mandate, and youth must receive their educational hour under the oversight of their certified volunteer. When I say here under the oversight, it doesn't mean that every single educational hour needs to come from the leader. It just means that it needs to be approved by the leader, needs to have been planned by the leader. It needs, ideally the leader will be there also, even if they are not the speaker, but that's not totally necessary either. If you have a co-leader or if your agent is there to receive your invited speaker to log all of what the kids have learned and which kids attended the meeting. So this is what I say there. And this is what I say also there for their hours, that everybody must document which kids go where. 4-H members enroll in both horse and livestock must complete 6 hours in each. Okay. Participation in shows do not count towards the 6 hours requirement. For example, kids showing, we're not saying that showing is not educational. What we're saying is that kids showing like in local shows or local horse shows every weekend, going to a different show, doesn't count as the educational 6 hours requirement. Okay. 4-H members that are college students are not exempt from the 6-hour requirement. A lot of kids then have to work separately with their volunteer leader to be able to outline what kind of program they're going to be doing. Maybe they can join the meeting via Zoom. Maybe they can create different, like special activities and projects and programs for and submit to the leader to show that they have been studying and have been learning, okay, about horses or livestock or dogs. Youth do not receive 6 hours of education during the 4-H year, may not compete in the 4-H events and activities for that year. Okay, so we have to be cognizant of that. I had another thing that I wanted to say. So like if you go, like going and attending a horse show just to watch a horse show, if the leader takes the whole group or at least invites the whole, so you are the leader and you are the parent also of 4-H kid, okay, which happens all the time. Taking your 4-H kid, say for example, to equine affair, okay, is going to equine affair educational? It is very, very, very much educational, okay? But to make those hours count, you have to extend the invitation to your entire club. We're willing to take all the kids of the club. And then when you go to the equine affair, you actually have to sit down and attend the events, the educational seminars and clinics, etc. So for those hours to count, it has to be extended to the club. Okay, so you can't. So by all means, take your kid to clinics and workshops, but those don't necessarily count towards the 6-hour requirement, because if it was just you and not your entire club, you and your child, that doesn't count. The other thing that I was going to say is that attending a horse show, like showing the horses, for example, doesn't count towards these hours. But for example, if you go to attend a show and you as a leader can make an educational event out of attending the show, such as creating some judging activities with the kids so they can learn how to judge or or be under a judge. So those can all of a sudden attending and watching a horse show can become an educational event. Okay, I just need to make sure that you understand. And also taking writing lessons doesn't count as educational hours. Okay, now if the leader is putting on mounted meetings and then they're going to learn about something and then go right, so those can count. So it just depends on how you twist and how, not twist, but how you spin the activity to make it educational to be able to count. Who do I contact with questions for anything pertaining to the horse livestock certification, the volunteers, the kits, if your county doesn't have a kit, curriculum clubs, cross-county lines, you are going to contact Ashley Osborne. Here is her email address. About cross-county lines, I think she's going to talk about it in one of her presentations, but if you don't offer a certain program in your county, your kids can actually, in agreement with the agent and the other volunteer, certified volunteers, can cross county line for specific projects, okay? Zach, for any questions pertaining to livestock projects, any of the livestock judging skillathon, beef, goats, sheep, swine, you're gonna contact Zach, and this is his email address here. For dairy projects, we have Dr. Hershey and Larissa Tucker. So for dairy judging and dairy jeopardy and dairy bowl, you are going to have to contact Dr. Hershey or Larissa. For country ham or meats judging, you are going to contact Dr. Renfro. Okay, here's his email address. And for anything pertaining to the horse program and horse competitive events, you are going to contact me. Here's my email address. Amy, lawyer, who has been with us for a long time, has accepted a job at University at the U of L equine program that they have there. So we're looking for an extension associate to be able to fill, part to help me out with the horse program also. If you have any questions, like I said, if this was a live event, we would be taking questions right now, but don't hesitate to contact anybody from that list if you have any questions, okay? So once again, we are very excited to have this new group of certified volunteer leaders in our state. The 4-H programs depend on the volunteer leaders to be a success. We cannot, the county agents and state specialists and extension associates are unable to have a program without the volunteer leader. So this is a grassroots kind of program, and we very much appreciate our leaders, and we very much appreciate the effort, the time commitment, and everything that you do for your clubs and everything that you do for our programs. So once again, thank you. Welcome to our team, and don't hesitate to ask any questions. Thank you.